Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 20 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Up first, we have the second leg against the French giants PSG in the quarter-final of the Champions League. Of course, in the last episode, we did manage to beat them 2-1 away from home, meaning we have secured 2 away goals. This time, PSG travelled to Anfield to try and do some damage to us. But I honestly believe if by half-time we are 1 or 2-0 up against PSG, I think we should have secured the W and we will go on to bag ourselves a place in the semi-finals of the Champions League. After that game, we take on Brighton away from home in the Premier League. And to end today's episode, we then face off against Burnley at Anfield. And of course, guys, we will be playing the PSG game. We will be playing the Brighton game simply because between the Brighton game and the Burnley game, I want to be playing the away game because as you guys well and truly know by now, you have a much better chance of simulating home games and getting that very important win. But today's episode, guys, is going to be massive. And not only is it massive because we're in the Champions League, it's massive because A, we may bag ourselves a place in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and B, I honestly believe if we drop any points, if we don't get the 3 points against Brighton and the 3 points against Burnley, I think the Premier League title race is over. I think Spurs will go on to lift the trophy because realistically, in the last episode, we didn't bag the 3 points against Manchester City. I do believe we drew. Am I right in saying that? We drew 2-2. We then, of course, beat PSG and then beat Aston Villa 1-0 for the simulated game. If we'd have bagged the points against Manchester City and got the 3 points and not just one, I would have probably felt a little bit different. But I think we drop points against Brighton or Burnley, any points at all, if we don't get the 6 points out of those 2 games, I honestly think the Premier League title race is over and Spurs will go on to absolutely dominate and lift the trophy. But before we get into the press conferences and the games in today's episode, it's my favourite part of the video, and that's discussing your guys' comments from the last episode. So as I look over to the comment section, first comment coming in from Ethan LFC, you drew against Everton 4-3. Is that possible? Now at first I thought, what does he mean? We beat Everton 4-3. But he sent me a recording on Twitter and tagged me in it, and I said, in the last episode, we drew against Everton 4-3. And I said, we drew when we beat Everton 4-3. So I can only apologise over that, guys. I didn't spot it. Even when I edited the video, I still didn't even spot it. So apologies there. We beat Everton 4-3. Next comment coming in from Kuru the Creator saying, just bring home number 7. I joked and said, we've already got James Milley. But he's talking about the Champions League. Of course, Liverpool have won it 6 times. Kuru the Creator looking at this situation now, the way Spurs are, the way we are, and thinking, Brad, just bring home the Champions League in your first season. And then in the second season, just like Klopp's done at Liverpool, he's won the Champions League. Now this season, he's focusing on the Premier League. That is something that we can potentially do. I think if we bag ourselves a place in the semi-finals and we drop any points at all in today's episode, I will then put my solely focus onto the Champions League and hope to lift that trophy instead of the Premier League. And then we'll look to grab that in Season 2 at Liverpool before, of course, retiring. Next comment coming in from Gage Whittaker saying, keep up the amazing content. You'll never walk alone. Well, Gage, thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate that you guys are loving the content. You're finding it amazing. A lot of people saying that FIFA 20 is dead already. They're not enjoying it. So I appreciate every single one of you that tunes in every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, or whenever you tune in to watch the videos. I appreciate the love and support. And the final comment coming from Nathaniel, who just simply commented, first, and that's because of course he was the first comment. Well done, Nathaniel, but I don't mind if you guys are first, 10th, 100th, it doesn't matter to me. Every single comment is really, really important, and I always do my best to reply to you guys. But let's jump back into today's episode. We are now going to look to attend the press conference for the game against PSG. We have the 2-1 lead. The question is, can we look to get the W out of this game, knock PSG out of the Champions League, and then potentially go all the way to lift the trophy at the end of the season? I'm guessing at the moment, guys, from what I've seen on the calendar, we've got this episode. There's then 3 more games in the Premier League before the end of the season, so that's a second episode. Depending on how far we go in the Champions League, I think there's only maybe 3, maybe at a maximum 4, depending on how far we go in the Champions League, episodes left in this Season 1. 3 or 4 episodes till we've finished Season 1 at Liverpool. That is an absolute madness. But let's take a look what the media have to say. Here we are, fire away. What questions have you got to ask? Probably one about us being 2-1 up, I would have thought. You're facing PSG today, having defeated them in the first leg away from home. How confident are you going through? I'd like to say we're confident, but, you know, anything can happen. So I would say, yeah, PSG deserve respect. I think PSG have got a fabulous team in the likes of Di Maria, Neymar, Mbappe. At the back, they've got Thiago Silva. It's difficult. After a narrow 1-0 win in your previous match, a 1-0 win? We beat them 2-1. Strange, but okay. Maybe it means a 1-goal difference. Does your team have what it takes to score more goals today? Yeah, a win is a win. It doesn't matter whether I win by 1-0 or I win by 5. No, really. A win is a win, and we get a win here today, and we bag ourselves a place in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Your team is basking in great form recently. Do you think you can continue to perform at this lightning pace in up-and-coming matches? Well, there's not that many matches to go till the end of the season, so I am sure of it. I don't see why we need to be taking our foot off the gas anytime soon, especially because we are still fighting for the Premier League title. That is enough questions from the media. We now look to get into this game against PSG. So let's get into this. Let's have a little look at the starting 11. You guys, there's a few changes to the starting 11. I've tried to keep it as close as I can to the usual starting 11, but you can see the likes of Mane, Bobby, Salah, Henderson, Gini, Fabinho, Gomez, Robertson, and even Trent are not fully fit. You may also notice there that Adrian is between the sticks and not our usual Alisson. Unfortunately, Alisson, if you look at how much energy Trent's got, Alisson's got even less. So we don't want to risk playing Alisson, although it's a massive important game. I feel like the way we played against them last time, the important key is to keep the ball, keep possession. As long as they don't have the ball and we don't let them get us on the counter, I don't see us really conceding. But we have gone with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with Jordan Henderson in the central midfield. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson, Gomez, Lovren and Trent at the back with Adrian between the sticks. The one thing I will do right now is make sure that Jordan Henderson has got the captain's armband and not Dejan Lovren. I don't know why he always insists on taking the captain's armband off Henderson. Maybe it's because on the last FIFA I gave it to Van Dijk in Season 1 and took it off Henderson. But I think after Jordan Henderson's now gone on in real life to win the Champions League, he's definitely earned my respect, and he seems a different player this season, so he will be keeping the captain's armband through Season 1 and also Season 2 where I'm in charge. But let's get into this game at Anfield. Let's try and get the win, and fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to bag ourselves a place in the semi-final. Come on, Red Men, this is it. A Champions League evening. They're talking there about Sadio Mane, who I do believe right now has 5 or 6 goals just in the Champions League. There is the banner of the legend Stevie G, our number 8. Now getting run by Naby Keita, our number 8 in real life. Neymar, Di Maria, Mbappe. Not too sure who that is. Verratti in the midfield. The X-Man Ander Herrera from Man United. David Alaba. Forgot about they've got David Alaba at left back. This is going to be a difficult one. Areola, who is a great keeper between the sticks, really struggled in the first 45 minutes in the first leg. But we're at home. The home fans are behind us. The fans will be singing "You'll Never Walk Alone." And as we get this first half kicked off with Bobby Firmino, let's get it underway, ladies and gentlemen. And come on, Redmen! Lovren out to Henderson, up now to Fabinho. Fabinho out wide to Gini. Gini going to play that in behind now for Mane. And look at this, we should have 3-on-1 here. Here comes Mane, got Mo Salah towards the back post. Salah! Yes! Is it offside? It's offside. Was it? It must have been close. Just his knee. Just his knee. VAR checks. It's offside. There's Verratti. Down now to Mbappe. He's going to get a shot off. Great save from Adrian. This is a big night for Adrian. Fabinho may have the run there of Gini, who's wanting to go now to crack and ball. Can Gini keep this one alive? He has done. Nicely done, Gini. Let's play it back. There's Robertson. Up the line now to Mane. On the inside to Gini. Bit of space here for Gini to look to bend one. It's a terrible shot from Gino Wijnaldum, who should do a lot better from there. Here's Gini. Into Bobby. Back now to Gini. Onto his right foot. Gonna left wide over the bar. 2 decent chances so far that you'll probably see him from Gini Wijnaldum. Easy ball. Down now to Ander Herrera, who's going to look at coming forward. There's Ander Herrera, who's going to put one over now to Neymar. Don't let Neymar put this ball in, Trent. Don't let him put the ball in. It's going to come down there. Herrera, it's off the post. We're going to clear that out with Robbo. Head it back. Nicely done. Go on, Genie. Referee's going to blow for half-time there. Well, we've got in at 0-0, and I would say PSG have had one or two decent chances, especially in the post there. We've also had a couple of decent chances. Maybe not challenging the keeper as much as I'd like, but we've certainly put some decent shots. Unfortunately, just over the bar and wide right now. I'm quite happy to get back into the second half of exactly the same team. We're 2-1 up on aggregate. We just need to find that first goal. It's better we get the first goal than PSG do. And if we do that, I think we may see this game out. Here's Genie. Into Bobby, going back now to Genie. Genie's third chance on goal. Does he finish it? He doesn't. But Mane's there to finish up. Come on, Red Men. Mane runs off to celebrate with the home fans. Goddamn credible. That was Genie's third attempt. Great ball through from Bobby. I thought this was it. And he only gets a hand to it. And Mane's there to smash it between the two defenders in Thiago Silva. And Marquinhos smashes it as they both slide in. But Mane only had one vision there. And that vision was to smash that into the back of the net. Well done, Sadio Mane. We take the lead 1-0 in this second leg. Watch the run, Robbo. Watch the run. Let's go, Robbo. Great tackle there on Di Maria. There's Verratti. Robbo's well out of position, but we'll go with this now. Mane's wanting to go through the middle here. Let's go with Sadio Mane. Here comes Mane. Is Bobby going to catch up? I'm hoping so. Give it now to Bobby. Surely you've got to finish that, Bobby. Bobby Firmino makes it 2-0. 4-1 over the two legs. It's game over for PSG. Up the Reds! Cut a shot there with Mane, didn't cut back, and then the keeper was running. And I'm thinking the keeper's going to get here. But Bobby Firmino, calm and collected, slices that one just over the hand of the keeper and in to the back of the net. And I think with us taking that lead now and going 2-0 up, it's going to take them 3 goals to get back in it. And they've got to score 3 to win. So I don't think it's personally going to happen, because, of course, if they scored 3 goals and it'd go to 4-4, they would have scored 3 away goals. I can't see that happening, so I am now going to make some changes. So we've definitely got to look at, I think we're going to Fabinho. This is a mad one. I'm going to go for Pedro Chirivella for his Champions League debut. The 22-year-old Spaniard is coming on to put Mbappe in his pocket. We're then going to switch... I think, let me just check Genie and Henderson. Yeah, Henderson's a lot less fit, so we're going to swap Genie and Henderson. So Henderson now becomes more, Genie now becomes a little bit more defensive. Henderson going to come off for, do I play Bruno Fernandes yet? Or do I keep him for the next game and bring Naby Keita on? Yeah, let's bring Naby Keita on. And then the last move is going to be simply between either Salah or Mane, and it is going to be Salah. So Salah going to make his way to the bench for Xherdan Shaqiri. They are the 3 changes we're making. Unfortunately, Lovren and Trent probably need to come off. We'll just have to do our best to see this game out with those players. Hopefully, no injuries get picked up. Watch the ball in behind now for Mbappe. Let's go, Trent. Keep going, son. Here comes Neymar now. Slide in there. Well done, Adrian. Well done, Adrian, indeed. Go to Pedro Chirivella. There's Pedro, over and out to Naby Keita. Waiting for the run there of Robertson. Robertson going to look at pushing on into this space here. Goes Robbo now. Go out wide now to Mane. Goes to Mane again. Bobby going to get the better of the defenders here. Marquinhos had to come across. Mane going to pick that up into Naby Keita, who puts it over the bar. These defenders for PSG are nervous and panicking now. That was a silly mistake, and we could have made it 3-0, 5-1 over the two legs. Neymar has now been taken off. I think PSG's manager has said enough is enough. He's starting to rest his players for the Ligue 1. Genie into Shaqiri, into Bobby. This is great football. I'll go back to Shaqiri if we can. Unfortunately, Thiago Silva going to take that ball off. It was a great tackle, to be honest, from Thiago Silva. A must tackle as well is Mbappe. It's a great ball through there to Dagba, who's going to push on now. Naby Keita has got to keep coming here. Let's get in there. Oh, Di Maria puts it in the back of the net. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, I thought that was in.
Sometimes you can get too cute.
It's side. I honestly thought that was in. I don't know if you guys thought they scored there, but it's wide of goal. Don't know why Alaba is playing in the middle of the park now, but obviously PSG are making some changes here. Idrissa Gueye to Verratti. Playing it down now. Let's win that ball. Nicely done. Let's get there. Lovren. Sarabia gets there.
And in it goes.
Is it offside or is that a goal? Is it counting? No one's run off to celebrate with him. He's got on his own. This is weird. Is it froze?
Well, there's all types of
Oh, that was weird.
headers, overhead kicks. This is a simple one.
That was weird. He runs off his teammates. Don't go and celebrate at all. Maybe it's because they're so far behind. Unfortunately, Adrian isn't going to get his clean sheet, but he's played absolutely fantastic for us in this game against PSG. Don't throw this away now, lads. Let's go looking for Sadio here if we can. Robertson probably going to win that header and head it back to Gomez. Nicely done. Gomez going over that far side to Trent. Trent into the middle now for Pedro Chiravella. Let's go to Naby and then up to Bobby. Bobby with a beautiful little back heel there to Naby Keita with a little bit of skill. Look at Naby Keita. He deserves this. Naby Keita. What a solo run. Look at that. That was disgusting. Naby Keita turns Marquinhos inside out. Can we get a VAR on that one? Can we get a dirty replay of this here? That was absolutely insane. Bobby Firmino turns his back. He then goes for a cheeky, beautiful back heel round the back of Verratti and Idrissa Gana Gueye. It falls to Naby Keita, who now only has to take on Marquinhos. So not only does he knock the ball wide or run a different direction, he runs straight at him, only to do a step over, a ball round the top, a roulette, round Marquinhos, sprints on to take on one-on-one with Areola. That's Adrian and Areola there. And then smash that into the bottom left corner. Naby Keita, you've probably just scored best Champions League goal of the season. Absolutely stunning. It was the whole way, just run at Marquinhos and just shoved him out the way and went round them with some beautiful skill. Well done, Naby Keita, who takes it to 5-2 over aggregate and is 100% just guaranteed as a place in the semi-finals of the Champions League. And there we go, we've done it. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to the home fans that got behind us. Sadio Mane did pick up man of the match. I think if it would have been announced a little bit later, Naby Keita may have been on for that one, because that was something special. The way he just done like a step over into a roulette and just left. He just broke Marquinhos' legs and was gone. What a performance. We beat them 2-1 in the first leg. We beat them 3-1 in the second leg at Anfield. Bobby Firmino picks up man of the match with a 9.5 rating. Fully deserved. Did he get 2 assists or an assist? He got a goal and an assist. Sadio Mane also got a goal and an assist. Naby Keita managed to bag himself a goal. What a spectacular performance from the mighty Reds. Now let's see what the media have to say about that game. They best mention Naby Keita's goal there. So before I get into the post-match interview, I thought I'd just show you how the current other quarter-finalists look. So we've got Inter Milan versus FC Bayern Munich. Surprisingly, Inter Milan away from home beat them 2-0 in the first leg. Now FC Bayern travel to Inter Milan to try and pull it back. Personally, I think Inter Milan might be getting through there. Atletico Madrid now at home against Barcelona, but when they played the first leg away from home at Barcelona, they managed a 2-2 draw, so they've scored 2 away goals, basically meaning that it's 3-2 to Atletico Madrid. As long as they stop Barcelona scoring, they will go on to get a place in the semi-finals. Real Madrid have tonked Dortmund 5-1 over the 2 legs. Unfortunately, when Dortmund were at home, they still lost 2-1 to Real Madrid. But congratulations, Black and Yellows. You've done absolutely fabulous. It would have been great if we could have had a Liverpool-Dortmund final, especially with me doing a Dortmund career mode. But Real Madrid with a much stronger team. And then, of course, we've just beat PSG 5-2 over the 2 legs, 3-1 in the second leg when they come to Anfield. Here we go.
Just a moment of your time.
Yep, you can have more than a moment after that performance. Fire away. Mane is continuing his hot run. Mane was spectacular. They must keep the momentum going. We need them to be firing on all cylinders. Congratulations on your clear quarter-final victory. Do you think your team can go all the way this season? Yeah, we must stay focused. Let's not focus. You know, anything can happen in the semi-finals. We don't even know who our semi-finalists are going to be. There's still 2 teams to play. After a comfortable win after 3 goals scored by Liverpool, do you think the game could have gone another way today? Yeah, probably we could have scored more. Genie had a good 3 or 4 chances. I thought he was going to bury one. Unfortunately, he managed to hit around the keeper, and Manny then picked up his goal, but we probably could have beat them more than 3-1 there. And up next, we take on Brighton away from home. You can currently see how the Premier League lies. We have Spurs currently joint top with ourselves, but they do have 2 games in hand, meaning by the time they've played and caught up to us for our 33rd game, they could potentially be 6 points clear. Manchester United only a point behind, still with a game in hand on us, and Arsenal only 3 points behind, still also with a game in hand of us. So realistically, when Manchester United, Arsenal and Spurs catch up, this current table right now could look a lot, and I mean a lot, differently. And this is why the game against Brighton now and the simulated game against Burnley is a must win. But with us only playing a couple of days ago against PSG and running players like Mane and Salah as far as they possibly can, even Bobby Firmino, it means, unfortunately, that not all our players are back to full fitness. So you see that we've rotated the team up a little bit. You can see Bobby, Salah, Fabinho, Henderson, Robertson still not fully fit, but I want to continue to play them because we are going to the Amex Stadium. Brighton are not an easy team to beat. Brighton are a very, bogus team for us. There's a chance that we can drop points against them, and we really are not in a position to be doing that right now. But we have gone with Ryan Kent out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino striker, Salah out on the right wing, Bruno Fernandes linking up with the captain Jordan Henderson in the central midfield. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson and Van Dijk, Matip and Hoover at the back, with Alisson between the sticks. I was either bringing Hoover in for this game against Brighton to rest Trent, or play him in the game against Burnley. I decided when we controlling the players, it's probably better that I play Hoover. Otherwise, Burnley will look at it in the simulated game. There's the weak points, the lowest rated player. Let's attack down there. And probably Hoover, being so young and so low rated, is going to make mistakes. So the fact that we rotate him in this game means we can bring Trent back for the game against Burnley. But let's get into this game at the Amex Stadium. Let's hopefully bag those very important 3 points. Come on, Red Men. We're at the Amex Stadium and we need 3 points. Coming back to Liverpool. It's Brighton to get us kicked off in his first half period with Ando. Let's get it on the way. Come on, lads. We need these 3 points. Let's cruise it. To Mo. Into Bobby. Back into the path of Mo now. He's trying to get round this defender. Got it back to Salah. Salah. Little dink in now towards the back post for Ryan Kent. Oh, that was a great run by the young man Ryan Kent. Unfortunately, just drilled it into the side net, and it was certainly a difficult angle. But it wasn't too far away from goal at all. Here's Fabinho. Fabinho now coming forward, still going. Give it into Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent going to cut back. Nice ball in for Bobby Firmino's going to get there. Before I even talk about Bobby Firmino's goal, can we just take a moment to see that ball in from Ryan Kent? What a stunner. Look at this. Played it out wide to Ryan Kent, who kept himself in space. Beautiful weighted ball into Bobby Firmino. It's right in towards the far post, and all Bobby Firmino has to do is stick his foot out and guide it into the back of the net. Great ball in from Ryan Kent, and a great goal from Bobby Firmino, who secures his 9th goal this season in the Premier League. To get back to Robertson. Here comes Robertson now. Edge of the box for Henderson. Oh, it's a great save from Matt Ryan. Woof, we are on fire here. Nice, he's done there, play it on the inside. Good lad, play it out now to Robbo. Here's Van Dijk. Van Dijk straight up to Bobby. Gonna wait for the run there of Mo Salah out wide now. If Mo wants to go here, I'm certainly going to try and keep going with Mo. Mo's going to get the better there of Webster. Here comes Mo Salah. Through on goal. Mo Salah doubles the lead to 2-0. No one was stopping Mo Salah there. Nobody. He battled Webster for the ball. And when he eventually dropped it to his feet and pushed the ball ahead, he was gone. A little bit of a tangle there. And that push there, he then just got away from Webster. Flew at the keeper, Matt Ryan, and buried that in the back of the net. It's 2-0 before half time. We're absolutely dominating here. Go towards the back post now, looking for Ryan Kent, who's going to get this flicked on towards Bruno Fernandes, who's going to look to bring it down. He's taken out there by Sissoko. Is Jambach. And the referee's now going to blow for half-time at the Amex Stadium. The Brighton manager, players and fans will be wanting the half-time to come there. They need that half-time whistle to kind of recoup and try and pull this back. Spurs currently lead them Bournemouth 3-0, so they are absolutely smashing it. We are now going to look to bring Mo Salah off for Xherdan Shaqiri. He's had a fabulous game, but I want to make sure he's nice and rotated because we need him back for the game against Burnley. Apart from that change at half-time, I'm not going to make any other changes, and I'm happy to get back into the second half with the same team, with Bobby Firmino getting us kicked off, and let's just continue what we're doing, and I have no doubt we'll score a couple more. Henderson out wide now to Shaqiri, inside to Henderson. Henderson going to lay it over now to Bruno Fernandes, who can't keep it down. None of our players right now can keep the ball down. They're just skying over the bar. Bruno Fernandes, edge of the box, looks to Ben. One's going to come back to Bruno Fernandes this time. How many times is Bruno Fernandes going to smash it over the bar? I think with that chance going over the bar, we will now look at making some changes. Bobby Firmino making his way to the bench for the legend Divock Origi. And I think the last move for me has got to be the Ox for Jordan Henderson, so we can make sure the captain is nice and fit for the game against Burnley. Divock still holding his man. Divock going over that far side now. What a ball to Robertson. This is nice, this. In now to Bruno Fernandes. Edge of the box for Divock Origi, who's going to look now to Ben Wood, who also puts it over the bar. Nicely done, Ox. Well done. Ball into there now to Fabinho. Let's go, Divock. I see your son. Divock over the top. Divock going to bring this down. Divock Origi makes it 3-0. I said 2, I said 4, and then I said 3-0. Stunning goal there from Divock Origi. That was like the goal against Everton, over the top of the defenders. Look at this ball from Fabinho though. Nice and high, lofted ball. Just comes down in front of Divock, who then controls it and just buries that in the bottom right. It's beautiful. It's still a difficult goal for him to score. He could have run a little bit further, but Divock Origi finds his 8th goal in the Premier League. Our two strikers, Bobby and Divock, are absolutely incredible. Let's watch that run, Montoya. And there we go, referee. And said enough is enough. I'm pretty sure 50% of the Brighton fans will have left by now. Thank you to the travelling fans. We've absolutely turned up at the Amex Stadium and absolutely dominated. We're applauding the travelling fans. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the Amex Stadium. Absolutely insane. I mean, Divock Origi, 3 attempts. We absolutely smashed them. Let's see the stats. 18 shots, 10 on target. Well, as you guys know, I always take the shots and half it and +1, and then I'm happy. Half of 18 is 9, +1 is 10. I'm pretty happy with the consistency there. That was spectacular, that ball into Ryan Kent at the back post. And then Ryan Kent done the same into Bobby Firmino for the first goal that we did score. But let's get into the post-match interview. Fabinho picks up 9.1 and gets man of the match. See what the media have to say. I can confirm that Spurs did beat Bournemouth 3-0. Let's see the questions. Liverpool are unbeaten so far in the Premier League. I'm not obsessed with this because it's not true, so we'll leave that. They're clearly not a level by scoring 3 goals. You demonstrate that today. Have you advanced? Yeah, keep trying. Keep going, Brighton. Keep going. Don't let it knock you. You won again. Do you think Brighton played well? Not as well as us, that's for sure. Flew through those questions there. Well, it's the big one. The simulated game at home against Burnley. This is huge because Spurs have caught up a little bit. And you can see there, they're now only a game in hand. They've got a game in hand on us. They're currently 3 points ahead. If they play their 34th and drop any points, it'd be great if they could get a loss. But if we drop any points here against Burnley, I think it's game over and Spurs will go on to win the Premier League, in my opinion. So a must-win has to happen here. And thankfully, we have got my usual starting 11 back to full fitness and raring to go. We're going with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with the captain Jordan Henderson in the central midfield. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson and Van Dijk, Matip and Trent at the back, with Alisson between the sticks. Please, EA gods, don't screw me. Be kind. We've just smashed Brighton. We've just smashed PSG to bag ourselves a place in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Please, don't screw me now. Please, please, please. 5-1. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The only 3 goals I can see is Bobby Firmino in the 83rd, Mane in the 63rd, and Gini in the 51st. Bobby gets a brace, scoring 2. Mane gets a brace, scoring 2. And Gini also manages to get himself on the score sheet. Wood scored for them, but a massive, massive 5-1 victory there over Burnley. Very, very impressed with that result. And now we'll have to see what that's done to the table. Well, as I advance all the way to the next game for the next episode, our semi-finalists are Real Madrid. We couldn't have asked for a more difficult opponent if we tried. Let's see who the other 2 semi-finalists are. Barcelona and Bayern. And Barcelona currently lead 1-0 with 1 away goal when they travelled to Bayern Munich. We are at home first time round and then away from home second time. Wow, it could be a Liverpool-Barcelona final, which would be massive. Because, of course, we beat Barcelona after losing in the first leg. We beat them in the second leg. We come back thanks to Divock Origi and Gino Wijnaldum. And we knocked them out of the Champions League, something Barcelona certainly didn't expect when they come to Anfield. So a Barcelona versus Liverpool or a Liverpool versus Barcelona final would be incredible. But before we even think about the final, we've got to take on the other Spanish giants in Real Madrid. It's not going to be an easy one, that is for sure. But what I want to check at the end of today's episode, before we end it, is how the Premier League looks. So Spurs have played their 34th game and they must have won from what I can see. Let's take a little look. They beat Sheffield United 5-1. Is that the last time they played? They played Bournemouth 3-0. We've seen that one. If they played after that, they beat West Ham 3-1. So going into the month of April, we now have Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle for the last game of the season. Arsenal and Chelsea, one after the other. Well, that's difficult. And Spurs have Newcastle away from home, Leicester at home, Arsenal at home. So they've also got to play Arsenal. And then Crystal Palace, I do believe, for the last game of the season. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight because if we drop... The whole point of today's episode was if we drop any points against Brighton or against Burnley, it was game over. That's going to continue now for the rest of the season pretty much. When we come up against Arsenal and Chelsea, we drop any points there, it's game over. But the first game in the next episode to finish off the month of April is going to be the first leg against Real Madrid. We then move into the... Oh, no. Oh, no. We have Real Madrid for the first game, first leg as well. Then we have Arsenal in the Premier League. And then the second leg against Real Madrid. We're playing Real Madrid twice in the same episode. And obviously you guys know we play 3, but we only play 2. And we simulate the other. We may have to simulate the game away from home against Arsenal. Well, that is devastating. And this is where Kuru, the creator's comment comes in. Brad, just bring home the Champions League. Just bring it home for the 7th time. Do we simulate the game against Arsenal? I think what we'd have to do is, are we at home? I think we're at home first time round. So maybe we play the game at home, see what damage we can do. If we can get 3 or 4-0 and they don't score, we could be in a great position. We could then play Arsenal and then simulate that game against Real Madrid. But simulating it could be deadly. Guys, you're going to have to let me know down below. What do we do in the next episode? Do we go to bag ourselves a place in the final and forget about the Premier League? Or do we play the first game against Real Madrid, try and keep a clean sheet, score as many as we can, then play Arsenal, and then simulate the second leg against Real Madrid? Oh, it's difficult, that is for sure. And right now, it does look like Spurs have got the much better run towards the end of the season than we have. But we're going to have to keep fighting, and you guys will have to let me know, do we just go for the Champions League now and play the 2 legs against Real Madrid in the next episode? Or do we still fight for the Premier League title? You guys will have to let me know down below in the comment section. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.